Hello, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. How do you do today? I hope you are all in a good condition, well health, and already taken your breakfast as we are going to continue with our online lesson for physics today. And Alhamdulillah, this is our 7th online lesson since the second MCO. And I hope you have tried this question on Penang State SPM Trial 2020. Have you? Okay, can you tell me who have tried this set paper 3 from question 1 up to question 4? Any one of you? Last night I sent you a message on WhatsApp and Telegram group for you to try first. So I hope if not all, at least some of you have tried this paper 3 before we discussed about the answers for each questions. All right. So who are with us today? Okay, class. So if you are ready with your module and your stationery, your calculator as well. So we are going to begin with paper 3. But before that, okay, I want you to notice at this for paper 2. Actually, there are some errata which you need to do a correction because I just noticed for question 10, the essay question on section B, there are some mismatch in between the information given in the question and the diagram follows. As you can see in my slide now for question 10, in the statement they give you a metal plate. Okay, but in the diagram they give you the paper. I wonder that's why some of you are asking me at that time why the reason is so that it can penetrate paper. Okay, so for the corrections on the statement, the metal plate you change to paper. So now it will match with the information given in diagram 10.3, hence match with the recommended answer which I gave you earlier. Okay, class, so hope you are clear with this correction on paper 2, question 10 on section B. Please change the metal plate to paper. Okay, but before that, can you show me some response? Can you hear me clearly? Boleh dengar cikgu dengan jelas tak? If you can hear me clearly, you can type on the live chat, clear. Alright? Okay, again, this is the correction for paper 2, question 10. Alright? Okay, so for today, this is our focus of discussion, physics trial paper 3, Penang State. You all have the module as well. And for those who are not from Bagan Jaya, I have prepared the module question in the description video and in the comment spaces. Okay, thank you for responding. Dylan, Vinci, Jinjie, Jocelyn is Penny, right? Okay, and Shanling. All right. So class, okay, so let's start with section A. As you all know, this section A allocates 28 marks. The total marks is 28, and we have 2 compulsory questions for you to settle. Okay, so let's take a look at question 1. You are familiar with this experiment on ticker timer. We also have settled this kind of question for many times. So I hope there will be no problem for you to solve this question 1. Okay, so look at this statement. A student carries out an experiment to study the relationship between the speed of trolley. So I highlight, okay, relationship between the speed of trolley V and the height of the trolley on an inclined plane from the floor, which is given by H. The arrangement of the apparatus is shown in diagram 1.1. So you can see the apparatus in diagram 1.1 here. Okay, so this is our setup. The inclined plane is supported by a block with a height H, and we place a trolley on top of it connected to a ticker timer and a power supply. Okay, it say that the frequency of the ticker timer is 50 hertz. This is the standard frequency for power supply in our laboratory. And given the height of the trolley on the inclined plane from the floor is equal to the height of the block. Okay, good morning, Wan Heng. Okay, you're using your mother's ID, I guess. Okay, morning. All right. So next. Okay, next. Okay, at the beginning, the height of the block is started with h 10 centimeters. So we start this experiment with h 10 centimeters. So I highlight it. And then later 10 ticks is chosen from the center of the ticker tape to calculate the speed as shown in diagram 1.2. And this experiment is repeated with different value of height, different value of h, the height, which is 20 cm, 30 cm, 40 and 50 cm. Okay, and the result for each is shown in diagram 1.3 until diagram 1.6. All right. Okay, so before we go to the diagram, okay, question A, the variables. Okay, remember for variables, 3 marks, mean 1 mark for each variable. Okay, first variable, manipulated. Okay, can you type what is the manipulated variable in this experiment? And second, the responding variable. And third is the constant variable. Okay, class, you type your answer MV. Okay, MV what? RV what? CV what? Okay, so we share with others. Very simple. And these variables, you shouldn't miss these 3 precious mark. All right. Okay, so what is our MV, RV, CV? Can you share your answer before I show you the complete set, the complete one? MV is, RV is, and how about CV? Okay, yes, I can see some answer here. So MV is the height of trolley. Height of trolley on the inclined plane from the floor. Or you can write height of the block. Or you can write H because this H is given in the statement. So either you say yes, height of block. Okay, means C, height of block. Who else? Penny, height of the block. Yes. Height of the inclined plane. Yes. Okay, and also you can say H. Okay, now how about the RV, responding variable? Okay, responding variable, Wei Liang say speed of trolley. Trolley, spell it right, Wei Liang. You missed the E there, trolley, Trolley. Okay, thank you. Vinci give the complete answer here. MV, height of block, RV, speed of trolley, CV, frequency of ticker timer. Okay, so we check for the RV first. So it is speed of trolley. Yes. Okay, speed of trolley. Or you can write V since this V is given in the statement. Okay, now how about CV? CV. William, CV same voltage or power supply? Okay, nanti kita tengok ini boleh terima tak. Same voltage of power supply. Okay, for this experiment ticker timer, the constant variable is, we refers to the frequency of the ticker timer. Okay, so the answer is the, tapi tengok satu lagi sini, mass of trolley. Jawapan dia mass of trolley. Okay, Vinci, why frequency of ticker timer is not accepted here for CV? Because if you refer back to the questions, it is already given there. Okay, kalau you patah balik soalan, okay, it's already stated here. The frequency of the ticker timer is 50 hertz. All right. So you write the variables which if you change or didn't keep it constant will affect the speed. So we say the mass of trolley or the number of trolley, because when the number of trolley is different, so it will move down the plane with a different speed in the different time. Okay, so kita we say it as mass of trolley or number of trolley. Okay, because for this ticker timer experiment, normally the manipulated variable either the height of the block, or when the height of the block is kept constant, we change the mass of trolley as our manipulated variable. So these are the two variables which affect this experiment: height of block or height of inclined plane, and number of trolley or mass of trolley used in this experiment. And for here, since the MV is height, mean another one mass should be keep constants. Okay, so are you clear, class? Same voltage or power supply, it's not accepted for this experiment. Okay, William. Okay, that one normally accepted for experiment on electricity. Okay, electricity. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the variable. MV, height, responding is speed, and the constant variable is the mass of trolley. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, now we move to question B. Based on diagram 1.2 until 1.6, so there are two things you have to complete here. Number one, you have to measure the length of each ticker tape given by S and record them in the spaces provided in diagram. And then second, to calculate the velocity for each diagram by applying this formula: speed equal to length of ticker tape divide by time for 10 ticks. Okay, I hope you have your calculator with you. Okay, you're welcome, Vinci. All right, so we move to diagram 1.2. Okay, 1.2, this is the ticker timer, ticker tape together with a ruler for you to check the length. Okay, look at this tape. Can you tell what is the length of the first tape from 0 up to here? So to know the exact length, you better take your ruler and pencil and you mark both ends. Mark it to the ruler so you can see clearly what is the reading. So what is the reading for S1? When the height of the trolley is at 10 centimeter from the floor or from the table. So you can see here S1 is 6. Okay, exactly 6.0 centimeter is already given, so you just write 6.0. Okay, how about V1? Okay, can you calculate V1? It is given in centimeter per second. So what is V1? You are given with the formula before. So it is, yes, the length is 6 centimeter, correct, Vinci and Vinci. Okay. How about V1? Okay, V1. So V1 is length divided by time. How to determine the time here? We have 10 ticks. Okay, 10 ticks in each tape. So how to find the time for 10 ticks? Okay, you can type your answer for V1. All right, so how we find V1? Yes, so V1 is 30 centimeter per second. Okay, how to get this 30 centimeter per second? Very simple. This is the formula: speed is length divided by time. Okay, 0.2. Why 0.2? Remember, for each tick, one tick is 0.02 second. Okay, with the ticker timer of frequency 50 Hertz, so the time to produce one tick is 0.02 second. So we have 10 ticks. So multiply by 10 will give us 0.2 second. So 6 centimeter divided by 0.2 second will give you 30 centimeter per second. Okay, are you clear? Okay, let's move to second diagram, 1.3. Yes, it is 30 centimeter per second. Okay, now diagram 1.3. Again, what is the length of the tape? Okay, this is the first end at 0. This is the other end. Okay, so you can see the length is given by, yes, 7.9. 7.9 centimeter. Okay, and remember, your reading must be correct and consistent. Consistent means same number of decimal places. That's why I write the first as 6.0. All right, and by this, yes, it's 7.9. Very good. And V2 is, if you calculate using the same formula for speed, length divide by time, it will give you 39.5 centimeter per second. All right. So this is all very simple. You don't do a mistake here, so you can secure a full mark for this part. Okay. Try to avoid a careless mistake here. Okay, then we go to the third diagram, 1.4. Again, this is our ticket tape shown. Okay, so what is the length of the tape here? Exactly, very obvious. You can see the length is 10.0 centimeter. Okay, 10.0 centimeter. And again, the velocity is length divided by time, so will give us 50 centimeter per second. All right. Okay, next. Okay, we go to diagram 1.5. So the tape become longer when h is 40 cm. Okay, now what is the reading? What is the length of this tape? It shows here the length is, yes, 11.9. Okay, 11.9 centimeter. And this length will give us a velocity or speed. Okay, speed of 59.5 centimeter. Okay, speed. Okay, mentioned in the question is speed, so V is speed, 59.5 centimeter per second. Again, this is how we come with this answer. Length 11.9 divided by time 0.2, 59.5 centimeter per second. Okay, and the last diagram, final diagram 1.6. And the height of 50 centimeter. So the length is, you can see here, it is 14 centimeter. So S5 is 14.0. Okay, and then V5. So what is V5? Okay, type your answer. What is V5? Okay, yes, very well. So V5 is 70.0 centimeter per second. So by this, we have completed all spaces for S and V on diagram 1.2 until diagram 1.6. Remember, class, for this question, you must put your answer in the diagram given. Okay. So next, what to do? Okay, this is how you evaluate for all value of S and V. Okay, the total mark for S is 2 and also for V is 2. So if you get all 5 correct values and consistent reading for S, will secure you full marks 2. Okay, but if you only have 3 to 4 correct and consistent value, so you will gain 1 mark only. And if you get 2 values, only correct with 2 values and below, so no marks will be given. Same goes to V. All values correct, all values consistent. Okay, correct and consistent, 2 marks, full mark. If only 3 and 4, so secure you 1 mark. 2 values and below, no marks will be given, 0. Okay, so please alert with this. Make sure all your values are always correct and consistent. Okay. Okay, now C, you have to tabulate. Tabulate means assemble them in one table. Collect all data and arrange them in a table. Okay, you have to read carefully what are the quantities they ask you to tabulate. What must you put in inside the table? So you have to put in H, S, and V, these three. So you must have three columns. Three columns together with the corresponding unit for each. Remember, unit must be included as well. So H is in cm. You don't have to write the long name, height of the inclined plane from the, because in the question it just stated H, S, and V. So you just follow. H is in centimeter, so do S, the length of the tape in centimeter, and the speed is centimeter per second. Okay, and you just fill with the value H 10, 20, 30.0, 40.0, 50.0. So all consistent in one decimal places. S also 6.0. So you just transfer the value from the diagram earlier. And so do for V. Okay, I would like to give you a soft reminder. You must be careful when transferring this reading. Okay, don't transfer them at the wrong places or at the wrong column. Okay, so after you transfer, you check for twice or check for many times to confirm. So 3 marks is allocated for this table. So where you can get all these marks. Okay, mark number 1 is given when you show 3 column H, S, V. Okay, secure you 1 mark. And second mark is coming from the unit. Mean if you didn't write the unit, so you lose the second mark. Okay. So, and the third mark, all values of S and V are consistent to one decimal place. Okay, so 3 marks for tabulation. Okay, next. Okay, next, on the provided graph paper, draw a graph of V against H. So you please highlight this, a graph of V against H. V against H mean which one must be on the y-axis, which one must be on the x-axis. Okay, remember, which one we place on the y-axis, RV or MV? Which one we place in y-axis? Okay, y-axis, RV or MV? Okay, you type there, y-axis, RV, or y-axis, MV. And then how about the x-axis? Which one we must place there, MV or RV? So you can type x-axis, MV, or x-axis, RV. Which one? Okay. So which one? On y-axis. So on y-axis, we plotted RV. Remember, y-axis is for RV. So our RV here is V, the speed. Okay. And on the x-axis, we must plotted MV, manipulated variable. So our MV here is H. Okay, the height. Okay, so how to plot the table? Okay, yes, very well. Okay, y, RV, x, MV. Okay, y-axis, yes, RV, x-axis is MV. Okay, so now let's check our graph. Any one of you have plotted this graph? Anyone? Type me. Who have tried plotted this graph? You type there, me. Or no one? No one tried this question yet? Okay, Ginger, yes. Yes, very well, very true. Y-axis is RV, x-axis is MV. Okay. Actually, class, in the real SPM, the title of the graph is already given. Okay, as you can see in this diagram, graph of V against H. So, RV at the front, MV at the back. RV against MV. Okay, so how to plot? First, you refer back to the table, what scale is suitable to be applied here. Check for your scale. Okay, check for your scale. So we choose this scale on y-axis. Started from the origin 0, 10, 20, 30.0, 40 until 50.0. Okay, and for the y-axis, okay, each of these 2 centimeter block, okay, we can use 10, 10.0, 20.0 up to 70.0. So you can see the scale is even and uniform. Yes, the range is all the same. Okay, on y-axis, all different by 10 centimeter. Okay, And on the y-axis, all also different by 10. Okay, 10 centimeter per second. Okay, next, you do your plotting. So we plot the first point. First point is 10:30. Okay, the first reading. And this is the second reading. Okay, and the third reading, this is the fourth and the fifth reading. Okay, so you can see I have plotted my graph. And please check you have plot them correctly. Jangan plot terbalik. Don't read it invertedly, the x and y. Okay, so this is all the points we have plotted. So what's next? So next, you draw a best straight line to merge all these points. And remember, it must draw until it touch the y-intercept or until it touch the origin. So for this graph, it is best to draw in this way. You tengok dia tak boleh sampai origin. So this is the best straight line we can draw. So it touch the y-intercept at 20.0 centimeter per second. Okay, I zoom this graph for you. So this is the y-intercept of this straight line. All right. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so for this question, this is how you are going to evaluate for your graph. Remember, 5 marks allocate for graph. And there are 6 evaluation. A, label y-axis and x-axis correctly will give you 1 tick. B, state the unit at the axis correctly, give you the 2nd tick. Okay, and C, both axes are even and uniform scale. So you get the 3rd tick. Okay, and then D, 5 points are correctly plotted. So all points are at the correct places. So you get 2 ticks there. So now you collect 5 ticks. Okay, or you don't have all 5 correct. You only have at least 3 points. Okay, at least 3 points correctly plotted. So we'll give you 1 tick only. So if you get 2 points and below only, so no ticks for D. So this is how you are evaluate for plotting. And then E, you show a smooth bare straight line. So you will receive 1 tick. And then F is the size of your graph. Okay, please alert with the size. Your graph will be measure from the end of the first line to the end of the second end, the first end and second end of your line. So we will measure the size. How? A minimum size accepted is 4 by 5 or 5 by 4, as I explained earlier. So each the size is refer to the 2 centimeter times 2 centimeter block, mean the thick line. So each boxes are 1 unit. So 5 times 4 unit is the minimum size of your graph. So if you refer back to our graph, okay, so if you check the size for this graph, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 units here on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 units. So you have, you are above the minimum scale. So size of graph is acceptable. All right. And how the marks are given, you get all 7 ticks. This is the maximum ticks, 7. So full mark, 5. If you only collect 5 to 6 ticks, so 4 marks. If you're only able to collect 3 to 4 ticks, so we'll secure you 3 marks. 2 ticks, 2 marks. 1 tick, 1 mark. Okay, and all this evaluation, they are independent from one and another. Dia berkaitan. So even though your axis is inverted, let's say you draw MV on the y-axis, RV you draw on the x-axis. It doesn't mean you get 0. Okay, there are some parts you still can collect marks because all of this quantity, they are marked independently. All right, are you clear, class, how you are evaluate for your graph? Okay, and finally is to state the relationship between V and H. So we refer to our graph. So what is the best relationship for V and H? So you can see, okay, it doesn't start, it is a straight line and it doesn't start from the origin. So we can say that the relationship is V increases linearly with H, or V linearly increases with H. Okay, if you write V directly proportional to H, it will be wrong. Okay, because it doesn't show a directly proportional. V increases linearly with H. Okay, and another reminder, what if you only draw the line until here? It doesn't pass. It doesn't pass to the y-intercept. It doesn't draw until the y-intercept, and you write the relationship V is increased linearly with H. So it will be rejected. Okay, it will be rejected because it doesn't show in your graph that they are increased linearly with H. Remember, every time when you draw the best straight line, always touch the origin or always touch the y-intercept. All right. Okay, so I hope that will be clear to you. So question 1, 16 marks. For those who have tried, did you get 16? Yang sudah cuba dapat tak 16 markah? Anyone secure 16 marks? Soalan tu senang sangat sebenarnya. You can got the maximum 16 marks. Alright, okay, now we move to question 2. Okay, this is the question where some of you are facing a big problem here. Question 2. 12 mark allocate for question 2. And for this time, we have an experiment on electricity. Okay, a student carried out an experiment to investigate the relationship between the resistance, so you can highlight, of a copper wire and its cross-sectional area, A. And the result of the experiment are shown in the graph of R against 1 over A on page 10. So this experiment is to determine, okay, the relationship between resistance and cross-sectional area. Okay, before we discuss about this experiment, can you name another factors affect resistance of a wire other than cross-sectional area? Okay, what other factors affect resistance of a wire? Can you type in the live chat? Other than cross-sectional area, what are other factors affect resistance of a wire? Who remember? You can share with your friends. So we have first, yes, we have type of material or type of wire. Different type of wire give different resistance. What else? The length, yes, the length of wire. Okay, wire of different length. Longer wire give higher resistance. Shorter wire give shorter resistance. Then what else? Temperature, resistivity. Okay, resistivity itu depends on the material. Different material has different resistivity. Yes. And also another one, length, material, resistivity, type, cross-sectional area. Another one is temperature. Yes, temperature of wire. Okay, so we go back to this experiment. So based on graph on page 10, okay, state the relationship between R and 1 over A, reciprocal of A. Show on the graph how you determine the relationship. So this question allocate 2 marks. Yes, diameter of wire. Diameter of wire represent cross-sectional area. Okay, wavelength is the same thing. Diameter of wire represent the cross-sectional area. Okay, so what is the relationship, class? Look at this graph. What can you say about the relationship of R and A? 1 over A, or reciprocal of A. So what is the relationship between R and 1 over A? Okay, so to know the relationship, first and foremost, how to show, you have to extrapolate this line. Okay, you kena sambung, you have to extrapolate this line so it will intercept, it will show interception on the y-axis. Okay, so this is how we show. Okay, and from there we write the relationship. So R increases linearly with 1 over A, or R linearly increases with 1 over A. So this is your first mark. Second, show the extrapolation on the graph. Okay, you show this line, this extrapolation line, inversely proportional. How can it be? Means one. Inversely proportional. Mana inversely proportional? There are also relationship between R and 1 over A. Okay, look at this graph. On y-axis we have R. Okay, on y-axis we have R, and on the x-axis we have 1 over A. Okay, x-axis we have 1 over A. And they ask you to state relationship between R and 1 over A. Okay, so they are increased linearly. Okay, R increased linearly with 1 over A. Are you clear? Means one, it is not inversely proportional. Yes, Vinci, are linearly increasing with 1 over A. Okay, next. A2, determine the cross-sectional area when the resistance of the wire is 1.6. Okay, find A. Cross-sectional area is given by A when the resistance of the wire is 1.6. Again, show on the graph how you determine this value. Okay, I give you a few seconds for you to check on this. Okay, what is A when R is 1.6? Okay, very well, means 1. Okay, please don't get confused. You check the axis given carefully. Okay, class, so please check what is A when R is 1.6 and how you show them as well. Okay, anybody done? If you're done, you can share your answer with others and we check it together, either correct or not. Again, find or determine the cross-sectional area A when the resistance of the wire is 1.6 ohm. So where is 1.6 ohm? Wei Lun say 1.25 millimeter squared. Okay, and Vinci also said 1.25 millimeter squared. How about others? Have you find A? Okay, anybody else want to share your answer? Okay, so let us check. Okay, so how we do? First, you draw a vertical line from R 1.6 until it touch the line on this graph. And then later you continue the line until it match the value on the x-axis. So it shows here 0.8. But remember, this 0.8 is 1 over A. Okay, this 0.8 is 1 over A. But you are looking for A, cross-sectional area. So don't be, sorry. Okay, so we write. Okay, first we show. How do we show? By plotting the vertical line and the horizontal line to show the reading. Second, you write. Okay, 1 over A is given 0.80 millimeter per millimeter squared. So to find A is 1 divide by 0.8. So it will give you 1.25 millimeter square. So very well. Okay, sebenarnya soalan ni senang saja, but you can trap if you are not careful, especially here. Okay. So answer 1.25 millimeter square. Okay, next. Question 3. Okay, calculate the gradient. So now find the gradient M of the graph. So how to determine gradient? 3 marks for the gradient. Okay, remember whenever you find the gradient, you must show your triangle. Okay, always show your triangle. Okay, so I give you a few seconds to deal with this. Find the gradient M. And once you did, you can share your answer here in the live chat. Anybody having problem on deal with this question, you can type on the live chat if there is a part you are not understand with, okay? So what is the gradient plus M? Okay, let's see who have done here with the gradient. Okay, Dylan say gradient is 1.75. What is the unit, Dylan, for the gradient? 1.75. Okay, exactly stay still okay. Okay, thank you. I hope you will be okay till the end. Exactly, okay. Ding C say 1.75 ohm millimeter square. Okay, how about others? Okay, so how to check the gradient? So this is the triangle we draw. Okay, so you can see my triangle here. Okay, show your triangle. Okay, then this is 2 points I mark on my graph. Point 0002. Another one is 0.0816, the coordinate. Okay, 0.0002. And another one is 0.8, 1.6. Okay, then you do the substitution to find the gradient where M is y2 minus y1 divide x2 minus x1. So y2 is here 1.6 minus y1 here 0.2 divide x2. x2 is 0.8 minus x1 0.0. So this will give me 1.75 ohm millimeter square. Okay, ohm millimeter square. You just follow the unit for the y-axis and the x-axis. All right. So 1.75, 3 marks. First, you show your triangle, secure you the first mark. You get the first mark. And this triangle, remember, it can't be too small. Don't draw. Don't show a very small triangle. This is the minimum size, the requirement of size, at least 4 by 4, okay, square, or 8 by 8 centimeter, okay, the minimum size. Okay, so you see my triangle is big enough, so no problem for me to get the first mark. Second, substitution. Third, answer with correct unit. Okay, so congratulations for those who get it correct. Wei Lun, yes, very well, very good. 1.75 ohm millimeter square. Okay, 1.76. Xuan Ling, macam mana tu 1.76? You which one you miss? Okay. Next. Okay, B1. Okay, so we have done with the gradient. Now we proceed with question B1. B1. The resistance of the wire is now given by R equal to rho L divided by A. Normally class for question B, they will give you an equation. So this is the equation you are given in question B. R is rho L divided by A. R is resistance, L is the length, and rho is the resistivity of the wire. And using this formula and the gradient we obtain in question A3, find the resistivity rho when the length of wire L is 150 millimeters. Okay, 3 marks for this question. Okay, find. How to find resistivity? We are looking for resistivity. Okay, so how to deal with this formula so you can find the resistivity. And it say here you must use the gradient as well. So gradient we find earlier 1.75. Okay, which in this formula represent the gradient. So you must rearrange the formula. So by then you can do the substitution and you can find the final answer for resistivity rho. Okay, you try it first. So while you are doing, if any of you would like to join me up here, you can click on this StreamYard link. Okay, if you have your camera and your microphone, you can come up here. Like what Kwang Yu did earlier before in the previous lesson. Okay, anybody finish finding resistivity? Okay, for those who have done, you can share your answer with your partners, with your friends. Okay, this is the formula you are given. So how you can rearrange this formula and put the gradient inside. So by then you can find resistivity when the length of the wire is given 150 millimeter. Okay, we have an answer here from Jin Jie, I guess. What is his answer? Okay, Jin Jie said 0.01167 millimeter. Okay, later we'll check. All right. Okay, any other answer? So far, we have one answer here shared by Jinjie, 0.01167 millimeter. Okay, any other answer? Okay, so let us check how to solve this. Okay, so first we write back the equation given, R equal to rho L divided by A. Okay, so when you rearrange this, so making P resistivity as the subject, okay, making P the resistivity of the subject. So RA will be the gradient, okay, the gradient. RA will be the gradient. Y divide X. Okay, gradient is Y divide by X. Okay, and L down here. Okay, so P or rho, the resistivity equal to RA, we shift A to this side, and L we bring down here. All right, then we do the substitution. So this is the gradient 1.75, which we calculated earlier in A3. And this is the value for the length 150 millimeter. Okay, so by this, the resistivity will be 1.12 in two decimal places times 10 negative 2 ohm. Okay, millimeter. Okay, Jinjia, you missed the ohm there. Okay, since the gradient is in a unit ohm millimeter square and the length is millimeter, so the remaining unit for the resistivity is ohm millimeter. Okay, please add the ohm at the front. Or if you convert your answer in ohm meter, it will be 1.12 times 10 negative 5. Okay, so either you place your answer in ohm millimeter or in ohm meter. Okay, ohm millimeter will be 1.12 times 10 negative 2. In ohm meter will be 1.12 times 10 negative 5. Okay. So your values is correct, Jinjie, only your unit is wrong. Okay, your unit is wrong since you miss the ohm at the front. Okay. So are you clear, class, how to find resistivity for question B1? Any problems here? Okay, if you have no problems or no questions, so we move to the next questions. Okay. Okay, next. Last question for question 2. State one precaution. Okay. One precaution for this experiment in order to improve the result. Okay, so what precaution you can write here? Thank you very much, Dylan. So remember, this experiment is on electricity. Okay, this experiment is on electricity. Before this, I have give you the list of precaution which you can write for different type of experiment. So I hope you still keep them. Okay, the list of precautionary step you can write for different sets of experiment. Experiment for ticker timer, what precaution you can write? Experiment for spring, experiment for heat, experiment for wave, experiment for electricity. Nanti replay. Okay, tak apa. Mana-mana yang tak faham ni boleh ulang semula. Alright. Okay, so this is experiment on electricity. So what are those precautions you can write for electricity to improve the result? So what precaution can we write here? Okay, exactly. Can you write one precaution here which we can apply to improve the experiment result? Sleepy, are you in? Songjun? Or you're still sleeping? It's almost 11 now. I don't see your name here yet, Sleepy. Normally, you're also responding. Repeat the experiment 4 times to get the average measurement. Okay, this is what Jinjie said. Wei Liang also say repeat 4 times to get average reading. Okay, Vinci said make sure all connection tight. Okay, any other else? Any other precaution you can think? Okay, so let's check for the acceptable precaution. First, you can remember this experiment is on electricity. For the first one, you can write all connection must be proper. All connection must be tight. So Vinci, yes, accepted. Correct. Make sure all connection tight. Okay, second, you can write off the switch or switch off. Off the switch after readings are taken to prevent wires from heating up. Okay, off the switch after readings are taken to prevent wires from heating up. Okay, this is the second precaution which is accepted. Okay, any more? Okay, this is another one. Avoid parallax error. How? By placing the eye perpendicular to the scale of ammeter or scale of voltmeter. Eye perpendicular to scale of ammeter or voltmeter. Or you can write place a plane mirror, okay, below the pointer to prevent shadow. This is also to prevent parallax error. Okay, so these three only acceptable for experiment on electricity. So Wei Liang and Jinjie, I'm sorry to say, repetition 4 times to get average is not accepted for experiment on electricity. Okay, like to check this. Okay, this is the precautionary step which I refers to. Okay, you please go and check them. Precautionary step for investigation experiment, section A, question 2. Ada simpan lagi tak ataupun sudah hilang? Okay, you refer to number 6. Okay, number 6 for electricity. Okay, only 3 precautionary step accepted there. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, there is no repetition with 4 times to find average value for electricity. Okay, so please be alert with this precautionary step. Okay, so are you clear, Wei Liang, Jinjie and others? Okay, next. Okay, so we are done with section A, 28 marks. So now to do with the experimental writing. So choose any one of questions in this section. So either you do question 3 or question 4. And remember, these two questions, one will be from Form 4, another one will be from Form 5. Okay, if you have enough time, you can do both. If you read both experiments, or you just want to try your luck. Okay, if you have enough time, you can do for both. But if you have just enough, tak cukup masa, so you concentrate with one questions only. Okay. So question 3 is on light. Okay, Form 4. It shows a projector using a convex lens to form a clear and sharp image on the screen. So this is the diagram related to this question 3.1 and 3.2. Okay. So what's the statement given? Diagram 3.2 show when the lens is adjusted nearer to the object. So 3.2, we bring the lens closer to the object, which means that the object distance is shorter. Okay, that is the keyword. Okay, we adjust the lens nearer to the object means we are decreasing the object distance. To be the screen has to be moved further from the projector so that the clear and sharp image will be formed. Which means when you bring the lens closer to the object, then the screen, you have to adjust it further. Means the image distance will be longer. Okay, so did you see the keyword here in this experiment? Object distance shorter, so image distance will be longer. Screen need to move further to determine clear and sharp image. So it will give you an idea how to write an experiment for this situation. Okay, and these are all what you need to write from A to C7. Altogether, 12 marks. Okay. So how to do hypothesis? First is the inference. Okay, can you write the inference for this experiment? What is this inference for experiment number 3? Remember the format for inference, RV affected by MV, or RV depend on MV. So how to write our inference here, class? So just now you can see which one is adjusted in diagram 3.2 and what is the effect to that adjustment. So what is our inference here? Can you spot the MV and RV? Okay, share your answer in the live chat. Inference, RV affected by MV. RV depend on MV, the format. So what to write as the inference? Okay, yes, so you can say image distance is affected by the object distance. Okay, or you can say image distance is depend on the object distance. Okay, that goes for inference. Okay, B, how about the hypothesis? How to write the hypothesis? So what is the format for hypothesis? MV higher, RV higher, or MV higher, RV lower. Which one? So how to write for this? So hypothesis, we can say, yes, the longer the object distance, the shorter the image distance. Okay, the longer the object distance, the shorter the image distance. Or you can say, when object distance increases, image distance decreases. Okay. So this is the hypothesis for this experiment. And then C1. C1 is the aim. Okay, what is the aim of this study? What is the aim of this experiment? To study what? To investigate what? So you can write to, yes, to study the relationship between MV and RV. Okay, the format. To study the relationship between the object distance and the image distance. Okay, aim. And then C2. C2 is the variable. Okay, can you write the variable? MV, RV, and CV. So what is our MV? Our MV is the object distance. Or you can write U, object distance, U. RV, image distance, V. So these manipulated and responding, they are pairing. Okay, mean you write both correct, then will give you 1 mark. And for the CV, constant variable, it is the focal length. Okay, the focal length of the lens, or enough to say focal length, given by F. 1 mark for the constant variable. Okay, are you doing well so far, class? So we have the inference, the hypothesis, the aim, and all the variables, MV, RV, and CV. Okay, now for C3 is the list of apparatus and material. Okay, in the statement you are given convex lens and screen. You're given these two only, convex lens and screen. So what else do you need in order to conduct this experiment? What else must be included? So we need a bulb or a ray box. Okay, a bulb or a ray box, or it can be a candle or any other object which supply light to the set. Power supply, connecting wire, convex lens, screen, and meter rule. Okay, meter rule is the most important apparatus here because we have to measure the object distance and the image distance. So the one which I highlight with the blue color is the must included apparatus, must be right in. Mean if you miss them, you won't able to get 1 mark for the list of apparatus and material. Okay, bulb must be included, or it can be changed with the ray box, can be changed with candle. Okay, so do the meter rule. Power supply, connecting wire, if you miss, it's no problem. Okay. And let's say you miss to write the meter rule in this list, but in your drawing of arrangement of apparatus, you draw the meter rule there, then it will be marked there. Okay, the meter rule will be marked in the diagram of apparatus. So still you can get a mark for the list of apparatus and material. Okay, or you mention in the procedure, teacher, other object. What example? Any object which supply light. Okay, any, so candle supply. Anything which can act. Not supply light. Anything that can act as an object. Okay. So here in this experiment, the bulb, the candle, or the ray box is as our object. So you can place there any particulars, okay, which is similar to bulb, similar to candle, similar to ray box. Okay, are you clear, William? Anything similar to bulb, light bulb, a ray box, or candle. Okay. Okay, so this is the arrangement of apparatus. You can see in this diagram, this is the bulb acting as our object. Okay, and this is the convex lens we place at the center, and here is the white screen for our image to be appear at. So you label this. The distance between the object and the lens is labeled as U, object distance. And behind here, the distance from the lens to the screen is our image distance labeled with V. Okay, and you can draw a meter rule here. Let's say you forgot to write meter rule at the list. So when you draw meter rule here, so you will be marked for that. Okay, down here, see the meter rule is shown here. So you still can get full mark for your list of apparatus, just in case you miss to write the meter rule there. And then for your label, you label for safety, you label everything you show in the diagram. Okay, here you are not supposed to miss the screen, the convex lens, and the object. Ini antara yang penting, the most important apparatus and material. But for safety, you just label whatever inside the drawing. Okay, that will be the best. Okay, so 1 mark for arrangement of apparatus, drawing and labeling. They come together in one package to get 1 mark. All right. Okay, next, procedure. Okay, procedure, 3 marks. Okay, 3 marks. This is number 5, procedure of the experiment. Include 1 method of controlling the MV and 1 method of measuring the responding variable. So our procedure, normally we write 3 to 4 steps only for physics. Pendek saja. Okay, 3 to 5, 3 to 4. Paling banyak pun 5 steps. Alright. So first, how we begin, how you control the MV. So number one, yang black ini you don't write, no problem. Okay, I only show you so you can see the sequence. So you can start number one. One, start or begin the experiment by placing the convex lens at the distance u. So we must begin with the first value of MV, must stated. Okay, you begin with the first value of MV. Here 15.0 centimeter. You can use any other values, okay, from the bar. Okay, second, okay, how we collect, how we measure RV. So number two, adjust the screen until a sharp and clear image form on the screen. Okay, measure the image distance using ruler. Okay, this is very important, class. You must state the instrument you are using to measure the RV. It must be stated. Okay, here we are using meter rule or ruler. And the final step must be a repetition. Okay, repetition with 4 different values of MV. So 4 different values of U. And you must state the values as well. Don't just write, repeat the experiment with 4 different U. You must mention 20 cm, 25, 30, 35. Or it can be any other length, any other reading. Okay, so 1 mark. How we start? Begin with the first value for MV. Second mark, how you measure, what measuring instrument you are using. If there is involved equation, for example, in ticker timer, you must show the equation as well. In electricity, show R equal to V minus also on. If involved calculation, you must include together. Okay, and number 3, repetition with 4 different values. 1 mark. Okay. The one I highlight with the blue highlighter is the point you must be included in the answer. Okay, next. Tabulation of data. Okay, tabulation of data, very simple. You show a table consists of MV and RV. Okay, so our MV, you can write object distance or you can use a symbol U if you mention this in the variable earlier. Okay, together with the unit cm, centimeter. And on the right side is the RV, image distance, or you can label V, unit centimeter. And for the MV, it must be filled up. Okay, don't leave the table blank. MV must be written. For RV, then leave. Don't have to write anything there. But MV must be shown, all the value for MV. Okay, and finally the data analysis of data. You show a graph of x-axis and y-axis, where on the y-axis we place the RV, which is the image distance in the unit of centimeter. Okay, and on the x-axis we place the object distance in a unit of centimeter. Remember, all the axes must come together with the corresponding unit. Okay, terima kasih Cikgu Hani sudi singgah. Cikgu Hani is my friend in Academy YouTuber. She is teaching chemistry and science as well for SPM. Okay. Thank you for your prayer, Cikgu Hani. Amin. Semoga yang follow kelas cikgu hari ni dapat A+ dalam physics. Okay, insyaAllah. Okay, so and final. Okay, so 12 mark for question 3. Okay, anything else you want to ask for question 3, class? Are you clear? So this is an experiment on lens in order to determine relationship between object distance U and image distance V. Where, as for the conclusion, towards the end of the experiment, we find that the image distance is inversely proportional to the object distance. Okay. Nanti boleh follow kelas Cikgu Hani juga chemistry if you follow the Academy YouTuber jaya.com. Izati or anyone else also can follow. Okay, so we go to the fourth question. Question number 4. Okay, now this is experiment on wave. Okay, this experiment used to come out in SPM, if I'm not mistaken, in between year 2014 and 2017. I'm not remember for sure which year, but in between 2014 and 2017. Okay. Cikgu Hani dapat A Physics 2002 SPM. Okay, insyaAllah. So Pete dia dapat A+. Okay, so this is our related diagram, diagram 4. It shows the movement of a sea wave and observe that the distance between the two adjacent waves are far apart at deep sea. So this is the keyword. Okay, at the deep sea, the two adjacent waves are far apart. So it shows that in the deep sea, the wavelength is longer. Okay, and as the wave move towards the beach, the distance between two adjacent waves become closer. So towards the beach, the depth is decreases and it shows wavelength decreases. So this is our keyword for this experiment number 4. Depth in the deep sea, when the depth is greater or higher, wavelength is longer. And towards the beach, the depth decreases, so do the wavelength decreases. Okay. Sempat lagi kira umur orang, Rohil Izzati. Umur cikgu tahu tak berapa? Cuba kira. Okay, so again, this is the question related to this experiment from A to C7. Okay. Okay, class. Can you type what is the inference for this experiment number 4? I stated earlier the keyword, a deep sea wavelength greater. When the depth decreases, wavelength shorter. So how to write the inference? Pergi masak Cikgu Hani, tengah hari dah, nak tengah hari dah ni. Okay. So what is the inference, class? Deep sea wavelength longer, depth increases towards the beach, wavelength shorter. So how we write the inference? Okay, yes. So you can say wavelength is affected by depth of water. Yes, or wavelength is depend on depth of water. So this is the inference. Yes, very well, Jinjie. Wavelength depend on depth. Very good. Okay, wavelength depend on wave, which means wavelength is our RV. Okay, and depth is our MV. Okay, then how about the hypothesis? Hypothesis. Okay, class, the hypothesis, how to write? Okay, yes. So for the hypothesis, you can say the higher the depth, the longer the wavelength, or the greater the depth, the longer the wavelength. Okay, the higher the depth, the longer the wavelength, or the greater the depth, the longer the wavelength. We rarely say the deeper the depth. Okay, kita jarang guna perkataan itu. Okay, the deeper the depth, the long. So we use the higher or the greater the depth, the longer the wavelength. Okay, that goes for hypothesis. Okay, then how about our aim? C1. How to write the aim? So we begin with to study or to investigate. To study what? The relationship between MV and RV. That is the format. So to study the relationship between the depth and the wavelength. All right? For aim, 1 mark. Okay, then comes the comes the variables. MV, depth. RV, wavelength. How about the CV? So CV must be frequency. Okay, we keep the frequency of the water wave constant. So MV is depth with the symbol D, wavelength, lambda, frequency F. And again, MV and RV are come together as a pair. So you write both correct, then secure you 1 mark. While CV is independent. Okay, you get correct for CV, secure you 1 mark. Frequency. Okay. Okay, then comes the list of apparatus and material. Okay, what materials you are supplied with? You are supplied with, okay, you are supplied with a ripple tank and glass block. Okay, they give you ripple tank and glass block only. So what else we need in this experiment other than glass block and ripple tank? What else you must include? Apa lagi yang perlu dimasukkan? So, this is the complete set of apparatus and material, stroboscope, meter rule, and of course the water. Without water, we cannot see the refraction, cannot see the changes of depth and changes of wavelength. So stroboscope, meter rule, and water must be included in your list. Okay. So are you done with the list of apparatus and material? Yes, water must be included. Very well, Dylan. Okay, it's compulsory to write the stroboscope, the meter rule, and the water. Okay, what is the uses of the stroboscope here? Can you share? The stroboscope is used for what? The stroboscope is used for what? Do you remember this apparatus? It's like a wheel which we can rotate and it has a hole in each of the blade. So we use this stroboscope to freeze, okay, to freeze the wave so you can measure, you can see the wavelength obviously since once the wave is moving. So we can calculate the distance between the wavelength, okay. So next is the arrangement of apparatus. Okay, ripple tank. Okay, if you are not good at drawing, at least you can show the shape of the ripple tank. It's enough. Okay, as long the marker okay can see. Okay, there is a shape of the ripple tank. Okay, and then you label all the related parts. Okay, down here is the white paper screen, and this is the stroboscope. Okay, I'm very sorry class because last time I said to you after we finish with all the trial, then I would like to try to do with you all the experiment which we missed earlier, but since due to this pandemic everything was gone, everything was cancelled. So very sorry you cannot experience a few experiments on your own. Okay, so we never expect this. Okay, so so we just continue doing with the exercises. Okay, very sorry for that. Yes, Vinci, to freeze the motion. Okay, the stroboscope is used to freeze the motions. Why I asking you this? Because sometimes it comes in the question. They ask you for the function of the stroboscope. Okay, especially in paper 2 in structure question section A. What is the function of the stroboscope? So you can say to freeze the ocean. Okay. Okay, what must be labeled in this diagram? Lamp and water. Okay. The two important things need to label lamp and water. But as I say earlier, it's better for you to label everything you draw in the arrangement of apparatus. Okay, class? Okay, next, we go to the procedure. Okay, we are about to finish soon. Procedure state the method of controlling the MV. Okay, the one in the black black wording. You don't have to write it. It's not compulsory. Only point 1, 2, and 3 is compulsory to be included. Okay, a ripple tank is filled with water. So first we do the setup. And then we place a rectangular glass block. Okay, this is actually to create a different depth. Okay, the glass block immersed in the center of the tank. So the depth of water is 1 centimeter. Again, you must begin with the first value of MV, depth. Okay, 1 centimeter depth. Second, how we measure the RV. Okay, so the motor is switched on. Okay, in order to start the experiment, you must switch on the motor. Wavelength observed through the stroboscope and measure with meter rule, must mention. Okay, the instrument you are using to measure the RV, 1 mark. Okay, then number 3 is the repetition. Repeat experiment with 4 different values of depth. 2 cm, 3 cm, 4 cm, 5 cm. Must mention what depth you are using, what value you are using. 1 mark. Okay. So the format for the procedure, begin with MV, 1 mark. Second mark, how you get the reading, what instrument you are using. Again, if there is any equation, any formula involved, must be included together with the formula. And number 3, repetition with 4 different readings of MV. Okay, and by this, we have come to the tabulation of data. Again, you plot, not plotting, you prepare a table of MV and RV together with the unit. Okay, don't forget, must be together with the corresponding unit. So depth in cm, wavelength also in cm. So write all the value for MV and leave the RV in blank, 1 mark. Okay, ingat yang ini mesti at least there must be 5 reading. At least you must show 5 reading in this table. Don't show 4 reading only, because last time during the trial, I can see that some of you still place 4 reading only in the table. So if you only put 4 reading here, you won't get this 1 mark, even though your column is correct. So sayang don't write less than 5 reading here. Please remind with this. Okay, then analysis of data. Again, you just sketch a table, show the y-axis is the RV. Okay, is the RV, macam dah terbalik dah kat sini cikgu tulis, sorry this one supposed to be the wavelength. My graph is inverted. Cikgu betulkan dulu. I do correction on my graph first. Okay, you wait first. The value is okay, now is correct. Okay, so for analysis of data, on the y-axis, we show our RV. Okay, again, analysis of data on the y-axis is our wavelength, our RV in the unit of centimeter. And on the x-axis is our MV, which is the depth in the unit of centimeter. Okay, so class, I guess that's all for today. So we have finished doing paper 3, Penang State 2020, question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. So overall, how do you find this question? easy, 50-50, or some of them quite difficult, especially question 2? I do understand. Okay, question 2 is quite tough. So if possible, you please try to do more exercises on question 2. So on paper 3, to secure a good grade, as I always told you, out of 40, you try to score 32 and above. Okay, Ba Yutong, you just appear. Okay, thank you. So you try to secure 32 marks and above for paper 3. Question 1, please don't miss 16 mark. Okay, if possible, don't miss the 16 marks. And in question 2, try to get as much as you can. And in section B, please be prepared for the experiment. Okay, actually for this experiment wave, it doesn't come up for so long. Okay, dah lama dah tak keluar experiment wave ini. Okay, so you please look at the previous SPM questions. Which one is not come up for so long, you can get ready, can focus more on that experiment. And you don't have to worry, later I will give you on the list of analysis of experiment for paper 3. So actually we can downsize, okay, the chances or the possibility of which experiment is going to come out. Okay, for last year, I'm not do the checking yet, not forgot what experiment is come out, but in 2018, yeah, okay, never mind, later I give you the checklist, and you also can check on your own. Okay, so normally I forgot to show you my last slide. So today I show you. Congratulations for solving all questions. Thank you very much for your effort. So if you miss any parts of the question, you can go back to this video and rewatch them. And any further question, please don't hesitate to ask me in the Telegram or in the WhatsApp group. I will feel free to assist you anytime if needed. Kalau you perlukan bantuan cikgu, just tanya. Okay, tolong buat latihan sendiri. And please ask if anything you are not sure with. Okay, Teacher Rin, thank you for drop by. Terima kasih sudi singgah. Teacher Rin also one of my friend from Academy YouTuber. Okay, class. And if you are free this Sunday, you can attend my online tuition every 2 p.m. on Sunday with Academy YouTuber. And for this Sunday, I'm going to revise chapter 4. Okay, chapter 4 heat. Last week, I discussed 4.1 and 4.2, thermal equilibrium and specific heat capacity. So for this Sunday, I'm going to revise for 4.3, latent heat, and 4.4, gas law. Okay, thank you, Jack. So if you are free in this Sunday, 2 p.m., you can join my class as well. And also you can join any other SPM classes arranged by my friends in Academy YouTuber. You can check from there. We have class for English, Bahasa, Chemistry, Biology, Maths, and Modern Maths as well. Okay, so all for free. So if you find they are beneficial, you can join and you can follow. Okay, thank you very much, Jie, Vinci, Dylan, Jing Qian. So for next Wednesday, later I will inform to you what module we are going to do for next Wednesday. Okay, as now I am still collecting a few more sets of SPM Trial 2020 from various sources. So once I get them, I will share to you in my Telegram channel. So those who are not joining my Telegram channel yet, you can type in Telegram, you just type for belajar, okay, belajar, BEL, and the group will appear. So you can join for more module, more exercises there. Okay, who is this Tio? Which Tio is this? Mincy, okay, thank you very well. Okay, thank you again. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your time. So I hope this discussion will be beneficial to you. Again, any problem, please come to me. If you don't know how to solve the question, I will always free to discuss them with you. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Again, thank you very much. You are doing very well today, and see you again this Sunday, or see you again next Wednesday. Okay, class, till then, Assalamualaikum for the Muslim, and bye bye for everyone. Okay, thank you.